My name is Miriam Obegi. I am the general manager of this beautiful baby, the City Lodge Hotel at Two Rivers. We offer you comfort in style. The beauty about City Lodge is, number one, its location. We're located inside the Two Rivers Mall, the largest, biggest meat development in East Africa, which means City Lodge becomes a one-stop shop. You will come, stay here. We offer you the comforts of accommodation and hospitality as you would expect in any modern hotel in any city of the world, but still you get the advantage of going into the mall to do your shopping. We have beautiful shops, brand shops. You do your eateries there, you can do your entertainment there. So basically you don't have to worry about your security when you're in the hotel, that you have to go out for dinner and come back. You have to take a cab going shopping and coming back. So for us, the location is brilliant, and it has come to be loved a lot by our guests because they feel when you come and unpack your suitcase, you're done for your trip. You will pack again when you're leaving. And again, the beauty of the comforts that the City Lodge Hotel provides. You have comfortable accommodation. All our rooms are fitted with aircon, mini fridges. You have high-speed internet. So for a business traveler, you don't have to worry about connectivity. And we have in-room dining. We have beautiful conference facilities with state-of-the-art equipment, beautiful packages. Also, our rooms are connected with the modern and state-of-the-art equipment for all your conferencing needs. We have 4 conference rooms, 2 conference rooms actually, and 2 boardrooms. They may not be very big in size, but they are adequate for sizable conferencing within the town. I think for me, the differentiator of the City Lodge Hotel at Two Rivers is the people. Like any building or any hotel, buildings are made of block and mortar. But the difference of this hotel is the heart of the operation, and which is my team. And I'm very proud and very passionate when I talk about my people, because I think they're the best that I have. They're the best in the hospitality industry in Nairobi, and I can brag about them any day, anywhere. And why I say that is because you can copy everything in this hotel, just like you can copy anything in any hotel you visit. But the service you receive and the encounter and the interaction you get with the team on the ground is what makes you come back. People go back for people, and I believe our guests will come back here for our people. And I think for me, that is the biggest differentiator of the City Lodge Hotel.
The very thing that seems to cause loneliness and that sense of being unseen, hidden in the shadows of the starlight lives around us, is also an invitation to look into the face of God. Sarah Haggerty. Listen to the voice who calls you the beloved, because otherwise you will run around begging for affirmation, for praise, and for success, and then you are not free. Henry Nguyen.
We all get a piece of the sky to color. We all get a piece of the sky to light up. But what do you do when everyone else's life but yours seems to be on course? What do you do when you know that you were born for greatness, but you've spent years living in the prequel version of the dreams pulsing in your heart? What do you do when you feel unseen? The book Chosen Not Cheated seeks to answer these questions and more through a mix of wit, candor, and relatable truth. Speaker and author Koki Oyuke invites us to look back at our lives to see all the ways we have been chosen by God, especially when we feel cheated.
It stings sometimes, that feeling of being forgotten and noticed. It's hard to make an entrance when no one's watching you in the first place.
We tend to think chosen means easy and big and great and definitely without challenges, but that's the lie that sinks our dreams. But right there, in the mess, is where we find the sparks of chosen and God with us through it all. Chosen Not Cheated is a universal story about becoming in the in-between thin and hard places we find ourselves in life. It's about scars, yours and mine, and the journeys that led to them. It's about discovering the stars that have been lighting our paths all along. Because we're chosen, not cheated.
One of the popular girls in my class casually stated, "I think ordinary is the worst word in the English language. Whatever you do with your life, just don't be ordinary."
good morning to you. Thank you for joining us today on Books and Blogs. We are coming to you from City Lodge Hotel, located at Two Rivers Mall. We are going to be discussing a book by one of our very own, again, Kenyan author. Her first book, her name is Koki Oyuke. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And congratulations
Thank you
on
so
this
much.
incredible book.
Thank you.
And next to her is Victoria. Should I know who Victoria is? But Vicky.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
coming.
Welcome.
And Grace. Welcome to the show.
Asante.
So I read this book, Chosen Not Cheated. Let me first start with the cover. That alone is reason enough to buy the book.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yeah, like who thinks of is this turquoise blue or sky blue or
No.
you don't know?
Honestly, God just dropped that in my heart. I kept on seeing that blue.
This blue.
Yes.
So how did you tell a designer like that's the blue?
I designed it.
Oh, you're the designer. Okay. And then these little petals.
I saw them. It sounds so lame though.
No, it's
but
not.
like God actually gave me everything from the title to the design, even the interior. So
Can I tell you, it's a phenomenal book.
Thank
I was telling my team, like, they should actually have this book. Ask anyone. It's, hey, you're raw and vulnerable and funny.
Thank you.
Funny. But that's me. We'll get into it. Let me hear what, Vicky, you've read this book, I'm sure.
Yes, I have.
What is the thing you identify the most with it?
I think how raw she is about the story and her life and her journey.
Yes.
And even like the season that I'm in right now in life. It's just like I need to know that I am chosen, God.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel like that sometimes.
Like, we're not here to stay. Like, it's not a permanent word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to feel like the book just speaks to anyone out there who's just in a season where you're doubting why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it just brings it out so well. And I think that for me is the beauty of the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Grace?
I think for me what came out so strong for me was her bravery. How do you go out telling your story, being so vulnerable, not worrying about what people will think we're in an age where we are so worried about what people are thinking about us, what we think about ourselves. And it came at a point, I was actually just sharing with her a few minutes ago, and I was telling her, God has a sense of humor. When I saw the book, I was like, chosen, not cheated.
Yeah.
Oh, people need to hear this. But as I was opening the book, it was talking to me, and it was talking to my needs at this point,
Yes.
and the journey that I'm going
Yeah.
through right now
Yeah.
with God. And I was telling her, it's amazing how every part of the book, especially when she's talking about God pruning us, you know, you think pruning is such a beautiful thing and you think, oh, I'm gonna look so beautiful after this,
Yeah.
but the process is painful.
It is.
It is so painful
Yeah.
and it's not palatable at all.
No. And you started writing this in 2012?
God, 2014.
14.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is 2019. 5 years of resist.
Of saying, I don't know if I should write it. I think that process, because I kept on wondering, was I too late? Did I miss the season? So actually that book, I won't lie to you guys, was for me.
Yeah.
But I get so happy when I find people telling me it resonates with them too, because I had to believe that I was chosen and not cheated.
Yeah.
And not, because I also write it from the perspective of people who feel behind in life. And I'm like, I've missed that season. I don't even know if there's gonna be like, if there's something I have to offer. So I had to, it's almost like a spiritual coming of age story for myself, and I feel for people. And I had to really get to that place where, oh God, and did I get to a point where I had to ask myself, do you believe that you're chosen?
Yes.
And not cheated? Yes.
Yes.
I had to.
And you know, in as much as it's a God book, the thing I love about it is even if people necessarily do not like, not church people, let me call them that, if they're not necessarily like staunch Christians or believers or church folk, they will relate to this because it's not coming off as preachy. That is a highlight for me because of people's aversion to necessarily Christian books. So is it something you set out to do from the onset, or was it God's holding hand?
I love books which are relatable, where I feel like I get to know more about the person. So So I think I'm at that place where it's going to be very interesting. People approaching me with like, oh my God, even me, I went to Ghana and I was dancing to this song too at that time, and I was like, it's gonna be interesting. But I did that so that it's a fusion of all the things I love. It's a fusion of memoir. It reads like a novel, and then there's a whole lot of truth in it. It was by design, also intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, God leading you through it. Okay, so you've both talked about, so I'll start with you, Vicky, about how this book has spoken to where you are now.
Yes.
So I do not know whether you want to be as raw as Koki was, or you can just float around it. I mean, you don't need to go into the details, because she shares so many layers of the stages she's been through the last 5+ years. Yeah.
So for me, I look at the book and then I look at my life, and you see how she talks about the girl who never got chosen first for anything.
Yes.
Yes, I can completely relate with being that girl.
Yes.
And then having to move in life and consistently remember that there's a purpose for you. Because even I remember when I finished campus, everyone else got an internship and I didn't. And I got my friend gave me her internship because she got 2, so she chose one and gave me the other one. But interesting enough, that's how my digital career started. Because I went into a bank that didn't have marketing, and I was like, I'm going to do your marketing for you. And I had no idea what I was talking about, but I figured it out and I started a whole department.
Nice. Nice. Look at you.
Yeah. So in that aspect and in that way, and for anyone who's like in a transition in life, you're between jobs, or you're just between careers, or you're just in a place where you don't even understand what is happening with your life, this book just sort of brings you back to understanding that you actually matter. I feel like that is what this book is about.
Yeah.
It's just about saying you actually matter, you're actually significant. Because we live in a society where we have picked out the people who matter, and then we have segregated people who don't matter because of either they don't fit into the mold of who we say they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Including segregating ourselves.
Exactly.
So it's those ones who are important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that book just it's a reminder. It's a reminder that God cares. It's a reminder that God remembers you. It's a reminder that He loves you. It's a reminder that someone out there other than yourself is thinking about you.
Love it. Love it. What about you, Grace? What was personal to you from this book in relation to an exact thing you're going through now?
I'm the kind of person who does things. I'm the firstborn, so I fix things. I get to a point in my life where I'm so used to fixing, and I feel, God, you're taking too much time. So hey, I'm gonna fix that. And I'm in a waiting season, and I'm not so good at waiting, and I'm like, Lord, you are taking too much time. I'm gonna fix it. So He puts me in a season where He tells me, guess what? This you're not gonna fix. And it's at that point that He taught me, and He told me, I'm pruning you. And guess what? It's in the book. She says, she talks about pruning.
God.
And when are you aware when she wrote to me? Oh, you're not aware.
Okay, make me aware then. Gosh, your book is signed. What must I do?
I'll sign. No. I will sign it.
By God's design, actually. Remember, I'm going through a process where I'm so scared. I'm this brave person. When you look at me, I have it all together. And she writes, I've always known you as a warrior. And I'm like, Koki, are you kidding me? I don't feel like a warrior right now. I have nothing together. And it's as I was reading the book that the Lord was telling me, hey, I'm the one fixing you right now. You are so used to fixing everything. Let me fix you. I even fix my relationship with Jesus. What? I'm like, Lord, we are doing this. And he's like, no, I'm the shepherd, you are the sheep. Thank you, because in this book, you reminded me over and over again that, hey, you don't have to fix it.
I love it. I love it. Mine was through your season and you being able to have God dreams and hearing God's voice. And I'm like, Lord, how many times we have to talk about me having God dreams? You know how people say Jesus appeared to me in a dream? Or they're all these symbolic, like in your case it was lionesses. Oh my God, that has prayer request number 1 for me. Like I read all these stories of, and now I'm even reading her story. Like when you're going through, he's appearing to you. Does this chick even have a problem? I mean, she's seeing you in a dream. She is seeing you in a dream. I have prayed that for so long. So I'm like, so that when I read that, I just smiled. I said, okay, yeah, okay. Now I see what she's saying. Like, you come through different ways for different people, different times. But still, I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm shikiling that thing. I am waiting for you in the dream. Yeah, like I see it. So, like, you have so many God encounters.
I think it's a family thing.
Yeah.
I think so, because my mom, in fact, I don't dream. My mother, she has volumes and volumes of books. The fat ones for writing notes.
Yeah.
She has like, I think now she's on maybe 10th or 12th
Yeah.
one. So it's something, I don't know, she always used to tell me about it, and then over time I started also growing into it. And I learned the reason why God uses dreams for me, because he uses so many things, and I wrote even in the book when I was like, I miss your voice, like when I'm walking and I'm hearing his voice. There's a time when I actually was like, you're so done with me because you don't talk to me like that. Then we were talking. I was like, I miss it. So,
Like you'll just be walking and you can hear.
And it would be such a, but it's not for the trip. And I wrote about it. I wrote about hiddenness and manifestation. I think that was the biggest echo for me. There are times you can discount yourself, even in the faith. You can discount yourself as a person because you don't experience God the same way. You're not where you think you're supposed to be in your career the same way. Maybe you were in a wonderful season and then it's like, why did you just put me in the last part? Like I thought like we go from what's this, from glory to glory. But let me tell you, God's hype, I learned everything I wrote there, man. The chapter for don't trust your hype.
Yeah.
You know, I had that.
Yeah.
Oh, God told me, by the way, just don't trust your hype.
Yeah.
And I was like, what you mean? It felt so out of place, but I understood there's a way we can look at the things we go through, the seasons we're in. And we can think, honestly, like, I'm there. And God is going to take me, you know, glory to glory. And it's true. But God's hype is for like, imagine, kachini, stay low, go slow. And you're like, but that's not how, go low, lower, slower. And you're like, why? But it's all by design. He does, I think, I've been realizing his work is, you know, when the Bible says, and his blessing adds no sorrow.
Yes.
It's for, if you're in the place where you're feeling like this, or sometimes you're not looking at it right, and it means then your eyes are, you don't have the clarity yet. And let me tell you, when you get the clarity, you'll be like, wow, God, I understand you. Actually, for me, when I finished writing this book, I even said, I get it. God, I get it. All this, I get it.
I want to talk on one chapter, what makes them special. Woo, that one was something. That one was something. Do you want to touch a bit on it?
When you're having a front seat,
Yes.
everyone, it feels like everyone, maybe it's just two people,
Yeah.
or just one person.
Yeah.
When you feel like you have a front seat to everyone entering the thing you want, or entering into their chosen season, and you're just there for like, okay, bado sisi tuna wait. Okay, I'm a waiter. Okay, how long are we waiting? Okay, you know, indefinite amount of time. And I wrote it because I felt people go through it. Actually, the truth is, I've said that a lot of times. I've said, and I've actually told a friend of mine, there's a time I met someone who became my friend, and I was like, God, Guy, what makes you so special? I honestly told her to her face. I was like, look at you, you're so awesome. What makes you so special? God loves you though. And you know, sometimes when someone ends up reacting like that, it's because they're, I don't know, let's call it what it is. You're coveting the place someone is and what they have, and it's like, it's my time. So, I have said, I honestly would have an island. I'd own islands. If God,
For the many times you said.
yes, I'd own islands. Like, because I said 1,000 shilling note for how many times? I would own so many islands, guys. You'd have been coming visiting me somewhere in South America. Yes, because I was like, wow,
what makes them so special?
Yes.
God. And you know, you say it in prayers, oh, when you're talking to someone, you're so casual, but then inside your heart it's like, what?
Yeah.
What must I do to feel this special?
Yeah. Have you felt like that in some seasons of your life, Grace, where you think they're more special than I am?
Gosh,
Okay.
that was the season where everybody was getting married.
Oh.
All my friends were getting married, were having children. And I'm like, but I serve you. I go to the kesha. I even pray longer than they do. And I mean, everybody had it all together, you know? And at one point, God stopped me and asked me, do you think you are good enough? And you are too good? And I was like,
You're so dramatic.
I mean, I was like, you? I mean, that is exactly what I did with him. I was like, how dare you? Eh? You are supposed to be a gentle father, you know? But you know, it's those gentle reminders that remind us, hey, celebrate with those that celebrate, you know? And your season is coming. Your season is coming just because they're going through it. And you also say it in the book, that just because they are going through it, I mean, we shall all have our time. We shall all have our time to shine. I mean, there's a lot of shining to do.
Yes, I like that. There's a way you quote it in the book. The sky, something sky. What is that quote?
We all get a piece of the sky.
Oh, yes.
We all get a piece of the sky to color, to light up. We do, all of us.
Yeah.
All.
Victoria.
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
The chapter on the thing you're afraid of. Okay, I don't know whether you remember it, but I do. So
It
we
feels
try.
like those literature classes.
Holding the book, you remember it. Don't worry about it. We'll wing it. So the thing you're most afraid of. I liked something she said. I'm trying to trace it. Just no, that's the special chapter. There's something you said. So this paragraph, at the end of it all, the thing you're most afraid of is keeping you from becoming the very thing you desire and the very thing you're ordained to become. It's reworking you into the distorted reflection it builds in your mind. Do you agree?
I agree, because there's something we as humans tend to do. We self-sabotage a lot. So anytime, if you're so used to bad things happening to you or things not working out, when they finally start to work out, you start to go like, what is happening? And I do that a lot. I'm actually doing it now.
Oh, okay.
Koki will tell you how many times I ask her this question.
Yeah.
Like, is this a test?
Yeah.
Am I failing at this test?
Yeah.
Instead of actually sitting down and celebrating and soaking it in and going like, oh my God, this actually happened. And it happened the way it did, and it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
So we tend to, the truth is, I think, and I know there are people who say that, and I think it's true that we sometimes as humans are our worst enemies.
Yeah.
Because we don't take time to celebrate who it is that we are.
Yeah.
We are always looking, and it's a social media culture, and that is why we feed on social media so much. And I also took a social media break like she did from like last year, like October.
How has that been for you?
It's been amazing. The world thinks I'm dead, but this is me saying I'm still alive, people.
I'm here. Yeah.
No, it's been because, like, unless I meet someone in Tao or like you bump into someone, most guys have no idea what is going on in your life.
And that is so
people
blissful.
think that I don't know, you're depressed or something is going on because we haven't seen you on Instagram. But I'm like, I'm a digital person. I manage like 10 accounts. I'm on all those IG accounts. I see all your lives. It's just that you don't see mine.
Hello. Okay. And you like it that way?
I love it. I'm
It's
not
a
even
detox,
planning to like go back.
Yeah.
I don't see the need. Like she said in the book, you learn to soak in the moments as they happen. So right now I'm not thinking about how this is going to end and then we have to put it in the gram. No, we're soaking in. I've made a new friend today.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay.
So we're soaking
know each other.
No, we don't.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but you learn to soak in the moments as they happen. But I do agree with the fact that we are most scared of not becoming the very thing that we are actually becoming.
My experience with this, the fear chapter is, I think it touches on a bit of what you said, where you've been wanting, desiring, praying for something. You've imagined when it comes how glorious your life will be, right? And then it comes. Then first you freeze.
Yeah.
Because first it doesn't even come as you imagine, it comes better than you imagine.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know, God just blows you off.
Yeah.
But then you're scared of, can I do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Like will I let myself down? Will I let me go down?
Yeah.
And you speak to that here. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, so it's not a weird thing I go through. And I had those moments throughout the book, because I would read something like, so that thing is not even exclusive to me. People go through that thing because you shared it. So and that's where, like, I really, this book, let me tell you, we've interviewed a couple of authors. I always go with the books I like every year. Okay, so this Kenyan author, love it.
Thank you so
Like
much.
that relatability is A1.
Thank you.
Forget even relatability, your style of writing. And then the humor. Seeing you sit here, then relate to the stories you've told us about how when you met with your husband you would fight. Like you are that
gosh.
couple, I don't know, along Gong Road.
Yes. Do you know that happened, and it happened so many times.
So many, but you don't look like,
Yeah.
like, hey.
I'd be like, you want a megaphone so that they can hear? Is that what you want? And I say in the book, but they don't ever do that. Don't ever. I'm saving lives right now. Don't you ever do
Don't
that.
ever do that.
Don't.
And then after your honeymoon, you're like, I didn't sign up for this. Even that
didn't
one, but
sign
there
up
for
for
me,
this.
I'm like,
Honestly, you should have seen his face.
Who
He was
says
like,
that?
I know. I said, who said that? And I was
why
like,
would
me.
you say that?
You see, I was afraid, and it's not like afraid of the marriage. I was afraid of you see, like I thought the marriage would be a new season for me, so things would open up for me. I still had to deal with my stuff, so I was like, I didn't sign up for this. And then I go like, I'm sorry, I did. You're doing so good.
As in, you are heartless after honeymoon.
I know. I was like,
and then you praise it. Man, he's trying so hard.
I was like, I honestly apologized like in no time, and then I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm the one who signed up for this. You signed up for this, and we're good. But I was afraid.
Yeah.
I was so afraid
Yeah.
because you see, like it didn't change. I thought new season, new. I've entered into something new. Everything now is gonna be different. You know, if doors were closed, they'll open up for me.
Yeah.
Where's the red? There's no red carpet. No.
And you know why there's that difficulty in adapting to that season is because we are, especially in the church, we are made to expect
That's
that.
true. That's so true.
Both for the wife and the husband.
Yeah.
So the husband is, he finds a wife, finds a good thing, favor. So the minute I get married, milango funguka because you know, I married a wife, I'm a certain way. So we get into it so naive.
It's true.
So naive. But I like that your book demystifies that and just tells people, look, it's not what you think it is.
And if it's happening inside of you, you'll take it to your promotion, to your dream job, to your marriage. If it's still going on inside of you and it's not fixed, you can't run away from what's happening inside.
You can't.
You can't.